Alright, so we're back in the Zack D Films universe, where the skits are unhinged,
But this time, the fire kept burning.
and the NPCs are broken. Not only that, sometimes the plot don't be making sense, but it still hit though. Today we're gonna be scrolling down his shorts, and if something weird or crazy pops up, I warned you.
The dogs puked up human toes onto the ground.
Wait, hold on. So we gonna start off with a dog throwing up, and then you gonna tell me in that throw up, human toes? Now, you gotta explain to me how the fuck he put human toes in his mouth, and where the fuck them human toes come from?
The dogs puked up human toes onto the ground. And when the worker saw, she grabbed them.
Ew,
She
with
dropped
your
the
bare hands?
toes into a jar filled with a preservative and listed them online
What
for
the
sale. You see, the dogs
So, we selling human toes now? What the fuck?
belonged to a man who died alone. And by the time rescuers found them, they were already eating the dead man. The worker kept the toes because she was a part of a Facebook group for bone collectors.
What
but
the
when police
fuck?
traced the sale back to her, they found that she had also tried to sell her kids' baby teeth.
Oh no, no. Yeah, lock her up. That bitch crazy.
When she was caught, she admitted to everything in court and got 18 months of community service.
Clean that shit off the floor, bitch.
She squeezed the hand sanitizer, then lit it on fire. Now, at first, the flame
You know what's cool? Niggas used to do shit like this back then. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I ain't put it on my hand. Well, this is what we would do. We'll spray some of the thing on the table, lit that up, then just swipe a hand. Oh my god, look. It's probably gonna be a weird twist here, and then he probably dies or some shit. I don't know.
She squeezed the hand sanitizer, then lit it on fire. Now, at first, the flame was almost invisible, but the alcohol in
my
the gel
God.
burned fast, and the vapor around it caught fire too,
Oh my
causing
God.
the flames to heat up the skin faster than the teacher expected.
Oh
You
my
see, She
God.
had done the same experiment with classes earlier that day, and the fire went out before it heated
Wait, so how did he get fucked up?
that day, and the fire went out before it heated the student's skin. But this time, the fire kept burning,
How?
blistering his hands before he finally put it out. He had to be treated for the severe burns, and the teacher
Oh yeah, she lost her job. I ain't gonna lie, she lost the fuck out her job.
resigned after the incident. Water rushed through the open doors, tipping the massive ferry on its side. Passengers fell through the ship, and
fuck?
some were sucked out to sea. Others tried to get to higher ground, but they were blocked.
Bro, this is probably one of the reasons why I don't really like boats, because I be thinking like shit like this could happen. You feel me? And it's like, imagine being in this predicament. I'd be scared as fuck.
Blocked by a corridor too wide to jump. Finally, a tall passenger lay down across the gap.
Oh my God.
Offering himself as a human
Yo,
bridge.
he's a
One
dummy
by
mans.
one, people stepped across his back. And over the next half hour,
I ain't gonna lie to you, but what if there's like an obese bitch? How she gonna make it over you, my nigga? I don't think you gonna be able to handle all that weight. I'm just saying though.
he saved 20 people.
That's
and
fire.
Even though hundreds died,
Oh my God.
many survived because of him. Set the seed at the back of your tongue with the point facing out. Then curl your tongue into a tunnel and take
fuck?
a deep breath through your nose.
The fuck?
Once in position, exhale sharply from your stomach, forcing the air out through your mouth. At the same time, lean forward
What the
and keep
hell?
your jaw steady, aiming the seed
my-
as it shoots out.
So we just made a weapon out of our bodies. Bet I'm about to put a seed in my mouth and I'm shooting out all y'all niggas. I'm taking everybody out.
He cut a hole in the wall
Oh,
of
hell
his
nah.
new home and found a rag doll staring back at him.
Yeah, sell the house. Matter of fact, throw the whole house away. Nobody gonna live in there with that shit. You know they got some haunted bullshit going on. I ain't fucking with it. Hell no.
And next to it was a mysterious note.
The fuck outta.
Thanks for freeing me.
Ah.
My name is Emily. I didn't like the people who lived here in 1961, so I stabbed them. It ended with, hope you have knives, hope you sleep well.
Get the fuck.
Friends warned him to sell the house immediately
Yes.
before he became the doll's next victim. But his neighbors said the wall was renovated just a few years ago, not in 1961 like the note said,
I don't
meaning
trust it.
someone probably placed it there as a joke. Probably.
Yeah, and I'm probably not gonna take the chances of finding out because I'll probably be dead before I even get to do anything about it, my nigga.
He shot at the tiger, shattering her jaw and teeth.
Damn.
Now, she survived, but her injuries made her too weak to catch deer.
Oh.
So she started hunting humans in.
I remember this story. It was told to me by Casual Geographic. If you know who he is, then you know you know. You know what I'm saying?
Instead. For years, she killed hundreds of people,
God.
leaving only bloody scraps behind.
God
Eventually,
damn.
a famous tracker found her and ended her reign of terror with a gunshot.
Oh.
But when he looked closer, he saw the broken teeth and realized she didn't choose to kill humans. She had to because of her injury.
Well, that didn't end up how the last guy told me. She tracked down the person that shot her and she killed him.
As you eat the bread and it
Ugh.
moves into your stomach, if you have too much yeast in your digestive system, it starts to eat the sugars in the bread.
Really?
As the sugars break down, it releases carbon dioxide
So we start farting. I don't know.
and alcohol. And this is the same process used to make beer. Meaning,
What?
when the alcohol moves into your bloodstream, you'll start to feel drunk just from eating bread. This rare
Really?
condition means you could be too drunk to drive, even if you haven't had a single drink.
What
But
the
if you
hell?
can prove you have this condition, the police might just let you go.
So you can get drunk off of eating bread. I mean, not only you can get fat as fuck from the carbs, but you can get drunk.
He hit the ball so hard, the
Whoa.
bat cracked. But
Oh.
as the splinters flew, the umpires noticed something odd.
What happened?
When they looked closer, they found a cork inside.
What the
You
fuck?
see, some players would drill a hole in their bat, removing the heavy wood and replacing it with a much lighter piece of cork.
Why?
And this made the bat swing faster. He was immediately thrown out for cheating.
So they're cheating and I didn't know you could do that. What? Who was the first nigga that did this? Smart as hell.
But insisted it was a practice bat
Oh.
that got mixed up by accident.
Cap.
Now, this player was known for hitting over 500 home runs.
500?
So fans were left wondering if his entire career was all just a sham.
Oh yeah, they were trying to save face. He cheated. He did that.
As the priest lit the fire, the heat traveled to a round water tank below the floor, expanding the air inside.
What
This
the?
forced the water through the pipes and into another container, filling it up.
The
rake
heck?
pulled two chains connected to the door, making them swing open by themselves.
Okay.
And when the fire went out, the air cooled, which sucked the water back into the tank, lifting the container and closing the door.
That's crazy ass tech right there, gang. Like, I feel like now we kind of they were doing all that just to open the door. I mean, it is a lot of work though, I'm not gonna lie to you. Nowadays we just press a button and shit just open.
The dead chicken is loaded into the barrel, and
Okay.
compressed air is pumped inside the tank behind it.
What is
when
this
the
doing?
valve is released, the air rushes into the barrel, and
Okay.
this launches the bird at 400 miles per hour,
God.
slamming into the airplane's windshield. This is done because birds can fly into the plane once it's in the air, and at those speeds, it can smash right through the glass,
God
which is why they need to
damn.
test it with dead chickens first.
Okay, at least the chickens are dead. I'm about to say, what if they start using live chickens to smash them against glass to see if they break? Yo, that'd be fucking diabolical. Yeah, that's true though. I never really thought about a bird flying into the glass though and breaking that shit and potentially dying because it hits the pilot in the head and then we just all fucking sink down to oblivion and just blow up.
As he fell to the ground, he crashed into a church steeple where
What
his
the?
parachute got caught.
So
And
you're
as he
cooked.
tried to cut himself loose, he dropped his knife. For 2 hours, he was forced to play dead while the war
Yo.
continued below. He watched as his fellow men were killed until an
Yo.
enemy soldier finally climbed up and cut him down.
But he's
He was
dead.
captured and put in prison, but escaped 3 days later
Oh.
and went on to fight the rest of the war.
What the?
As he-
What kind of lucky ass story is this?
If we pulled the crown and metal hair off the Statue of
Hello?
Liberty, could we give her real hair instead? Well, you would need to shave 3 people's heads just to make a regular-sized wig. But later,
Bro, you need like at least maybe 3,000, 10,000 people to make her whole head covered with hair.
Lady Liberty's head has 400 times more surface area than a human's. To cover it, you would need 7,800 pounds of hair,
God.
which would weigh more than an elephant.
Oh.
And to collect it, you would need to shave the heads of over 35,000 donors.
Okay, I was way the fuck off. Wait, was I really that? I said 10,000. I'm still off like fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Just to fit on the statue.
But why would we do
if
that?
it ever blew off, it could crush a tourist boat.
Oh shit. Shit, you better nail that motherfucker down. Shit, I don't know.
If you collected all of the world's trash, could you launch it into space
What
to
the
get
fuck?
rid of it? Well, we produce over 6 million tons of trash every day, which is
Ooh.
enough to fill almost 5 stadiums.
I could just smell how that shit probably smell. That shit probably smell like mad boo-boo, son. Ooh.
So, to launch it all, you would need over 90,000 rockets every day, each fully loaded with waste. Every launch would cost millions and burn hundreds of tons of fuel, pumping out over 100 tons of CO2 per flight.
Damn.
And even then, most rockets only reach low Earth orbit, meaning a lot of it would come crashing back down and pollute the atmosphere as it burned up. Now, even if we did launch it further out, the massive amount of trash would eventually form a giant belt around Earth.
What the
These
fuck?
would orbit our planet for thousands of years, blocking out the sun and polluting the skies.
Oh nah.
collect-
That's insane, son. We finna turn to Saturn, right? Is Saturn with the rings? Yeah. Nah, we need our sun though, dude. Let's not do that. Why would we throw that shit in space anyway?
If a medieval jousting lance hit your bulletproof vest, the Kevlar inside would bend
Oh my
against
God.
it.
Oh my
And
God.
This would easily allow the force of the heavy lance to push straight through your body.
Oh my
but
God.
if you swapped it with medieval armor, it's made up of solid metal plates built to handle large impacts. And if it was hit with a lance, the
Damn.
plates would spread out the powerful impact, stopping the pole from impaling.
Bro, it wouldn't be no, that shit would hurt. That shit literally bent the metal, gang. It's like taking a bullet with a freaking armor plating on your body. That shit still hurts, right? I wouldn't know. I ain't get shot.
When you spray a line of ants, some will survive, and since these ants have more than one queen, they can actually split into different groups, meaning you'll end up with multiple ant nests in your home,
Get the fuck.
making the problem worse.
Ugh.
Instead, set out bait. The ant picks it up thinking it's food.
And you kill the
when
whole
they bring
colony.
it back to the nest, the poison is transferred from one ant to another
GG.
until the entire colony is killed.
That's actually smart as hell. I'm not gonna lie to you. Very, very smart, Gengi.
She collapsed on the
Damn.
train tracks, and the train was coming fast.
Dog, save her, please.
But her dog didn't run. Instead, it bit her shirt and pulled. Foot by foot, the dog dragged her toward the edge.
Hold on.
And just as the train was roaring past, she was out of the way.
What?
But the dog
No.
wasn't.
No.
It was hit by a wheel, slicing through its
my
leg.
God,
The train
no.
screeched to a halt, and the conductor found the woman unconscious but unharmed, with the bloody dog laying beside her. She was rushed to a vet and survived.
oh my God,
now
good.
lives with 3 legs.
Oh my God, that dog. Oh my God, you get all the treats in the world, my nigga. I will love you to the end of the. Yo, that dog saved your life, my nigga. Gang, give it everything it wants.
Once you strip away your muscle, bolt 3 big gears into your shoulder.
What the
One
fuck?
makes your arm swing forward and back.
Am I a
One
cyborg?
lifts it out side to side, and the other spins it in a circle. At the elbow, run 2 steel cables
What
like
the
strings. The first pulls your forearm up, while the other pulls it back and down.
Okay.
Then add larger gears to make it bend smoothly. Inside your forearm, add a planetary gear set that
Nigga.
twists it left and right. And at the wrist, place 2
We're
little
cyborgs.
gears. One to move your hand up and down, and the other to tilt it side to side.
What the fuck? So it's what if you replace your muscle with gears? I understand now. It literally operates the same way.
They pulled out the patient's brain and dropped it in a bucket, along with nearly 10,000 others.
What the
All
fuck?
done in secret without permission.
What are you doing with all
creating
that?
the largest brain collection in the world. Decades later, a journalist started asking questions about her aunt. Her files showed almost nothing, just that she was taken at 14 and locked away in a mental institution. The trail went cold until the journalist learned about the hidden brains. Digging deeper, she uncovered a secret file, and under her aunt's woman's name, just one note, 738.
That's where her brain
When she
is?
was finally led into the basement, they pointed to a single bucket, and inside was her aunt's brain.
Why the fuck are we collecting brains in the first place, my nigga? Like, are we transferring consciousness or something? I don't know. I don't even think that can even work. But one thing I will know, if I ever turn to a zombie, nigga, that's buffet right there. I'm going in.
If you shoot at this glass drop, it's actually strong enough to shatter the bullet.
Really?
But if you just lightly tap the tail, the whole thing will explode.
Now, how
from
does
the
that work?
inside, sending glass flying everywhere.
The fuck?
You see, it's made by dripping molten glass into cold water.
Okay.
This instantly cools the outside into a hard shell, while
Yes.
the inside contracts more slowly,
Yes.
blocking a huge amount of stress into the head of the drop. And as soon as the tail snaps, all that stored energy is released at once, causing the whole thing to explode into dust.
Now, that was very educational, informational, and subjugational. I don't know.
While in the car, her water broke. You see, a stranger was giving her a ride when she suddenly went into labor. He pulled into the gas station and ran for help while his friend stayed with the woman.
So-
when he came back out with a worker, they called 911.
Okay.
Using gloves and napkins from the gas station, they followed instructions on the phone. But when the
Oh, why did I thought he pulled out like a YouTube tutorial how to deliver a baby? Nigga, that's some shit I would do. How do you
from the gas station, they followed instructions on the phone. But when the baby came out, the cord was wrapped
my
around
God.
its neck. The worker unwrapped it and the boy survived, thanks to 3 strangers at a gas station.
Wow. Anyways, hey, look, it wasn't that bad today. You feel me? Some of the stuff was very informational. I'm not gonna lie to you, but if you want me to react to more, you gotta like the video. Anyways, man, I'm out of here.